We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korcari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan, I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Huh. Are you not even aware that my father is dead?
Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
He may be in danger.
We are all in danger, my friend. Nothing can be done until your brother returns, and that will not be until the battle is over. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the darkspawn for the time being.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the darkspawn here.
Yet, you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victory so far, the darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Interesting. Why not, though? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean Finally, I can't read anymore. What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
And that's it, guys. We got a new codex, Grey Wardens. Oh my god, this episode is going to be a lore fest, guys. Welcome to Ostagar. This is one of my favorite areas in the game. Haha, what's going on, peeps? My name is MrRhexx, and welcome back to Dragon Age. Man, this place is beautiful. I want you guys to see this. I like this place. Look at that. There's the Tower of Ishal. Looks amazing. Sadly, the forest won't look as good since, well, it's supposed to be pretty far, so the game's not going to render it as much, but still. I think the mountains look pretty sweet. I guess I can move over here so I can get a better vantage point. It's fantastic. One thing I want to cover, though, oh wow, that's a massive close-up. Just so that you guys get a little bit more of an understanding of the nobility here in this game, as I mentioned it before on the second episode. So you guys saw that was King Kalen. That's the most important nobility in the game. He's kind of a big deal around these parts. The way we address him as him being the king is by Your Majesty, which is something that is very, I guess, directed towards Ferelden. In other areas of the map, I still can't see the map since I haven't actually... we're still kind of in the linear part of the game. We're not actually branched out into the world kind of section where we can just do whatever we want. So I don't actually have the map, but I can show you this map. Now, as a Ferelden, the way you talk to the king is by saying Your Highness. Or I mean Your Majesty. Highness is for the prince or the princess. For me, or I guess for my father, the Terran, Kuslen, and for the other Terran, Loghain, which we'll meet really soon, you refer to them as Your Lordship. Everyone else you call my lord, which I think is kind of interesting how there's like different types of pronunciations for that. It's very distinguished, very specific. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I do have something to talk about here before we proceed any further. Before I do that, however, I want to grab a little bit of something. It's a gift that you can find here if you know where to look. I like this part. We're gonna get there later, so you don't have to worry. I love how it looks, though. It looks amazing. I know this game is old and all, but it's beautiful, man. It's still... I still think it's beautiful. By the way, I'm not feeling very well today. I don't know. I think I just drank too much coffee, and my head is just, like, pouncing right now. So I'm sorry if I'm not, you know, like I normally am, I guess. But anyways, there's something here I want to get. Beef bone, a shoulder of beef. A shoulder, that just sounds gross. With bone attached. Gifts can be sold to a merchant or given to certain party members to influence their approval rating. Guys, the first gift we actually get in the game. I mean, I'm sure that you can guess for who this gift is. For the dog, of course. Sadly, Darkspawn is not with us since he went with Duncan. But we'll be able to give it to him later. For now, just make sure to grab it. You can grab it later. I guess I'll let you guys know whenever that later happens. But for now, I just wanted to grab it because we're going to talk a little bit about gifts and about, well, the reason why gifts are important in this game. For now, just know that every character is going to have an approval rating, which kind of influences his, I guess, opinion of you. Some characters are going to have higher opinions of you, and some others are not going to, depending on what choices you make through the game in terms of dialogue options. It's a very nuanced system, and we'll get to that. For now, I just want to talk a little bit about what this place is, and I guess what that over there is, where Ostagar is actually located. Now, if you see on the map, you see that we're on the southern section of Ferelden. We're pretty much at the border of the Korcari Wilds. Now, the Korcari Wilds is kind of like the swamps of this whole area. It's that place that nobody really goes to because they're afraid and it's all dark and full of terrors. All you can find there, I guess, are mostly just like witches and shamans and kind of that kind of people. I don't want to be racist, but that kind of people. People you don't want to interact normally with. The normal, I guess, the non-shaman folk, the normal people that kind of live over there, if there are any, they're called the Chasing. We'll find some of them later, but they're really not that numerous. We're not really going to find much of them for this game, but just to give you guys a little background of what this place is supposed to be. Also, this is the southest, if that's even a word, that you can get into the world of Thetis. After the Korcari Wilds, all there is just like tundras and well, allegedly, right? Because there's supposed to be, according to the story, not many people like actually explore that section of the map since it's kind of, well, I mean, you do have to pass through the Korcari Wilds, which is like a mess of a place, and then there's like nothing over there. So there's really not that much info. All we know is that there's like a snow desert, just like tundras and mountains and stuff. Nothing that important. But anyways, this guard should tell us more about what Ostagar actually is.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Actually, yeah. I need to know where this Grey Warden named Alistair is, because we need to find him.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
Alright, we'll keep that in mind. Now, tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
And that's gonna be the main point of this game, and why I said that this is going to be a massive lore fest. Every important group of people in this game is here. The Chantry, the Mages, we got some Ash Warriors in there, we got the King, we have Tairn Logain. There's just so many people here. And I'm gonna have to talk to every single one of them, since everyone is important in this game, so... Jesus, this is gonna be a pretty crazy episode. Anyways, he did mention the lowlands and all the people living in there, so specifically the chasing, which is the ones that I literally just mentioned. Anyways, do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Jeez, that sounds horrible. Anyways, I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Thank you! I just wanted you guys to see that little interaction with the dogs as well, since if you guys paid attention, I showed you guys a little codex before about dogs in Ferelden. Ferelden is actually well known for their warhounds, so that's why you're gonna see a lot of them here. Anyways, there's more, guys. There's just more to learn.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
Whoa, I'm sorry then. And there you go, the Fade. So these guys are literally going into heaven? I mean, this guy just mentioned that the Fade is where the dead reside and where spirits are. Isn't that supposed to be heaven? I guess we'll... we'll have someone explain that better than me. At least I hope. Hello, Wynn.
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynn, one of the mages summoned by the king.
Oh, hello. I'm pleased to meet you. My name is Aiden.
Well met. And good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Will you be fighting beside the king?
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
So you've faced them before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between darkspawn and the Fade?
Well, I mean, the guy literally just told us that the Fade is supposed to be the place where you go when you dream.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
The Black City?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
Interesting, so hopefully she explained that better than I did. Now, is that all true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Scary stuff. Look, for now, I'll just stick to killing them, alright?
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
I hope so, but it was nice talking to you.
Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your Maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
And there you go. As you can see, Ferelden is the land of the believers. See, it's not officially called so, but at least I like to believe so. Like, other countries seem to see us as cold, barbaric dirty and kind of uncivilized in a lot of ways, but if anything, they do respect our affinity for religion, and, well, I guess the biggest reason for that is that Andraste, which is, well, the prophet of this whole religion, was actually born here in Ferelden, so, you know, and her army was based on Ferelden too, so I guess we do have a strong connection with religion, and that's why you see things like this. It's, yeah, they're very closed, which is cool. I like that. Anyways, we got one of the other Grey Wardens that are supposed to be doing the ritual with us. Let's see if he has something to say.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle?
Jesus.
Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Well, it seems like we have another character just like us. We're gonna have a lot in common, David.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
You're exactly what I thought you'd be. Who are you?
The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
You see, I think that it's just like a part of me that just like wants to pronounce every name wrong. I don't know. It's not David, it's Davith. I can't do it. What do you know about this ritual, though?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Whoa! The wilds?
We're right on the northern edge of the Korcari Wilds here, miles and miles of savage country. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
That's interesting, but why would they even send us there?
Sounds like some kind of test. Maybe we'll hunt us a souvenir or two. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
I can see your nose twitching over there. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Yes. Are they actually forcing you to be here, though? You don't have a choice.
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
And there you go. That was David. Fantastic. As you can see, Duncan... if you guys remember, I talked about the rite of conscription. It allows Duncan to pretty much grab anyone he desires for the army of the Grey Wardens. And a lot of the times he grabs from people that tend to be warriors. And warriors obviously tend to be, well... sometimes they're thieves, sometimes they're not nice people, sometimes they're in uncomfortable positions, and one just like us and just like him, I guess. He can't really turn back. Those are probably the best ways to pick people, those that cannot really come back to their old lives. I guess it kind of makes sense. Anyways, we got the quartermaster. This guy's actually very important.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Huh, can't say I have, no.
Blast it, where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Now, this is kind of silly, because the game kind of makes you believe that you can accept the side quest. You see that the first option that I get is, do you need help tracking this girl down? This is not an actual side quest. I don't know why the game kind of makes it seem like it, but you don't actually get anything. Nothing ever happens, so we're not even going to worry too much about it. What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
I completely understand. Let me just see your normal goods.
Let me know what you'd like.
And we got our first store. Fantastic. Here is, well, where you kind of sell things, buy things, and, yeah, just stock yourself up with things that you need. We're gonna sell a bunch of stuff that we don't need anymore. You might notice that we have a blood dragon plate and a battle dress of the provocateur. I haven't explained what those are yet, but should I keep those? I'm gonna sell this one, I guess. I can keep those. I'll explain those in a bit. Let me just sell everything I have. I'm usually gonna do this off camera, but just because it's the very first one that I'm actually doing, I might as well just show it so that you guys can see you know, how the process is. And I guess I can teach you a thing or two, I guess. The one thing I do want to teach you, however, which is very important, is the backpack. I don't actually have enough money for that. It's 57 and I have 55, so let me just open up this chest here with my awesome lockpicking skills. I usually get a shield for this. Okay, I can use this. We get experience also while opening it, which is fantastic.
Hello again. Is this...
Let's go ahead and sell that shield. Then we can get enough money to, well, shield. I still think it's a shield and sell this. And then we have enough money to buy the backpack. So you can see we have a maximum of 70 capacity. As soon as we buy it, bam, 80. It increases it by 10. One trick, guys, and this is very important. You must, I highly recommend buying this backpack from this guy. Why? Because after we do a couple of quests, his inventory is going to reset. And after that happens, you will be able to buy the backpack again. It's a little trick that you can do. I think it's pretty useful. We don't really have enough money for, well, for anything else, so we're gonna leave him as is. But very important, guys, remember that. Oh, I guess I can also explain what this other
so long as you keep it quiet.
Yeah, I shall do that. All of this is just like a secondary store he has, like a secretive store, but there's really not that much difference. All you would find here are like traps and poisons and maybe some weapons. It's pretty much the same thing. I suggest checking out both, mostly for health pulses. You'll see more expensive things, I guess, in the secondary store, but we don't really have the money for anything like that, so let's move along. Now, the Tranquil.
Welcome, young man.
Ah, who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
Why do you talk so weird?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
Interesting. We did see on the first episode, actually, I showed you guys the transcript of the beliefs of the Chantry, and he stated that magic is sinful.
Not sinful in and of itself. They claim it leads to sin. And there is a basis for that argument. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Dude, that sounds horrible.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
Ah. How is anyone made tranquil, though? What's the process for that?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
Interesting. I honestly do feel bad for you, though.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
Actually, I don't need assistance, and you speak really, really slow, so let me just go.
Goodbye.
He would explain a little bit more about what's enchanting and stuff, but I can also show you guys through my little thing here below you guys, so that you can see something about enchanting, I guess, so we don't have to deal with his voice anymore. But, very important, he did mention that it doesn't matter the skill of the magician. It doesn't matter if you just started magic, if you've been doing magic for a while. You're still a threat to the world because demons can possess you. Very important, even someone who just started doing magic can get possessed. Remember that, guys. It may come in useful later. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell is that chest and why is it so shiny? Let's try and get it.
That course of action is inadvisable.
You cannot get it, actually. We're gonna be getting it through a quest, so... well, you guys are gonna have to wait on that. I love to tease you guys. Anyways, why don't we talk to the other Grey Warden initiate? He might have something to tell us. Oh, we can also talk to the priest, I guess.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
So let it be.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yeah, that's me.
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. You have the bearing of a man who knows how to fight. If I may ask, were you a soldier before you came here?
Actually, I was not a soldier, but my father trained me to fight.
Are you a nobleman? I am honored to be in your company, my lord. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
It actually kind of is, but do you know anything about this ritual, though? I'm kind of nervous.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
Well, David did mention that we might be going to the wilds.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
And I shall see you. Very important, if you talk to both of them, you get experience. If you talk to just one, you won't get it. You have to talk to the both of them, so be sure to do that. Anyways, that guy's gonna give you a quest in a second, but there's something I want to do first. Actually, two things I want to do first, so keep that in mind. You first.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
Yes, I will, thank you.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.